Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Okay. All right. So, seven deadly sins. About to do that thing real quick. Just woke up. Well, I guess about an hour ago. So I guess I didn't just wake up. It's chapter 254. Chapter 254, Seven Deadly Sins. Nanatsu no Taizai. The title of the chapter is Camelot in Despair. And we have Meliodas with the demon wings on his back, cooking up little demon things. He got a little hawk with angel wings and a halo above his head on the apron. He got the ladle. Here, that remind me of pudding with the hockey ladle, son. With his ultimate killer cooking technique, even the demons will be knocked out cold. Who? In Leonis, the secret of Escanor's power has been brought to light. Meanwhile, Arthur hides in Camelot. Okay. All right. So I'm assuming we shifting over to Camelot. Hmm. All right. Zeldris just came back. I see that boy Kuzak. He steps up. I'm like, welcome home, Lord Zeldris. See Meliodas and Chandler over there. Uh, Zeldris says, sorry, but we're back empty handed today. Sorry, we'll be back at. Sorry, but we're back empty handed today. That Beliaruin girl made like she was going to give me the faith commandment. I got totally caught out. By the way, what did you get up to last night? This is Chandler interacting with Kuzak. Says nothing an old man like you would understand. And Chandler says, you an old man too, aren't you? Zildjian says, but the biggest problem now is that the four archangels have been revived. That magic power that hit me was without a doubt Reducios. And now Chandler and Kuzak, they're like, ooh, they stand at attention. They know this nigga the truth. And Meliodas says, I also saw the light of Pact form in the direction of Leonis. In all likelihood, Elizabeth and the seven deadly sins have allied with the four archangels. He says, so your woman ran away from you. Nothing they try to do will be a problem. If we gather together all the commandments and I become Demon King, it will all be over. Oh. Flip. Yo, it's that boy. Galen. Galan. Garan. I don't know which one is how you say his name. But I'm just calling him Galen. Yo, he been standing there in stone this whole time. He's still conscious. The birds landed on him. He like, shoot, get. Don't crap on my head, damn it. Here goes Esterosa. Says, my, how unsightly, Garen. All right, so they spelled it as Garen or Garan, so I guess that's how I'm say it. Whatever. I spent all night looking for you. And Garan says, is that you? Esterosa. Hurry and tell Zeldris to free me from my petrification. Esterosa says, nah, that sounds like a pain in the ass. Says, what are you saying? I don't tell me he about to destroy Galen. Garan. See, I just said I was gonna say Garan, bro. They can communicate Yo! He just shattered this nigga. What? And now he forming the hand signs and he says, Yozun, Mihen, Ka, Ishuma, no, Jimiu. And then the power just rise up from his body. That's terrible, man. Why would you do this nigga like that? I was hoping to see him come back and do that thing. Man. Just to have him absent this whole time. And that was my favorite commandment, too. You know, Esterosa says that was surprisingly simple. This Arthur doesn't look like he's hiding. Says, what's going on here? No matter how much I keep walking, I never get closer to the castle. In fact, it's already nearly nightfall. Cat, are we trapped in some kind of illusion? Cat says, Arthur, I'm hungry. I didn't know the cat could talk. Or I forgot the cat could talk. And Arthur comes walking around the corner. The gray demon is looking at him. He's like, what you doing up, little nigga? You supposed to be in the bed. And he shoot him with the beam from his mounting. Like, "Argh." Yo, Arthur dodged that thing. Says, yeah, I'm getting nowhere like this. Says, Cat, where are you? Answer me. Cat, say something. If I could just get my hands on the holy sword that's in the castle, I'd be able to release this kingdom from the grasp of the demon clan. There's no chance in hell of that happening. Oh, who is this? Oh, it's the demon girl. Oh, she the one tripping with him. She the one got him tripping with the illusions. Says, I don't know who you are, but Master Zeldris ordered me to make sure nobody get near the castle. Mm-hmm. As long as I, Peronia, sounds awfully similar to Perona, am focused on your presence, it is impossible to escape from my marching maze. Marching maze. German for fairy tale. Okay, all right. Written as infinite labyrinth. Hmm. Hmm. She's playing a similar role to Perona as well. Hmm. But since I've had to keep constant watch over you all this time, I've been getting hungry. Mm-hmm. And Kat says, I'm starving too. Mm-hmm. And she looked back, she sees Kat. She's like, a cat? Arthur says, what the? He's noticing that he's getting closer to the castle now. I've gotten closer to the castle. All right, I've escaped the illusion. And Kat comes down from the top of the building, says, Arthur. And Arthur says, Kat. Kat says, I'm back. I was so worried. Where have you been? What? What's wrong with this cat? Yo, the cat just ate the little girl. What the hell? Oh man, that ain't that ain't sweet. Man, I knew it was a demon, cause he probably would have ate Arthur given the chance. But damn, that's just like. Then they showing the remains and everything. Like, this is a shonen. What's going on? Like one of her arms is right here. I think this is probably like one of her little things that was on her head. Um, I guess it was an ear. Maybe I'm tripping. Did she even have anything like that? No, she didn't. She had like cat ears. So what the hell is this? Maybe that's her foot. Ew. Gruesome, man. I do see one of her ears though. That's awful. This little cat thing. What's going on with the cat, bro? Like, did Merlin make this cat? I really don't remember what's going on with the cat. I vaguely remember it eating demons though. Like it ate that centipede demon. I think. Maybe I'm tripping though. All right, so we skip ahead in time a little bit. Hang on, guys. I swear I save you all. And somebody's behind Arthur. They look like Zeldris. Says, who goes there? And it is Zeldris. And Arthur shook. Only those I have authorized to enter should be able to be inside this castle. How did you get in here? My commandment didn't even react at all to you. Have you come to steal the castle's treasure? His intimidating presence is completely suffocating, and his power levels, without a doubt. He is the demon clan's executioner, Zeldris of the Ten Commandments. I I need to hurry and get the holy sword. Hmm? Lord Zeldris asked you a question. Who are you? Yo, the nigga Kuzak showed up, bruh. He says, what? Who is this? Is yet another demon of the same class of strength as Zeldris? I I am the king of this land, Arthur Pendragon. Ah, I see. So you're the king whom Merlin was worried for. Merlin? Now tell me, what business do you have snooping around this castle? It must be something you'd have been ready to risk your life for. Ka-ching, what the hell is that? Okay, I guess it must have clicked inside of his head. He's like, okay, it can't be. That strange sword? Hurry and go, Arthur. Yo, Kath about to put in work, man. Kath about to eat Zeldris? That'll be so trash. No, Kath just making the mess thing. Telekinesis. Yo, Kuzak surprised, son. Kuzak's like, telekinesis. His eyes got all big. Arthur's like, wow. Oh, so she threw Arthur with the telekinesis and also made all that armor that was around him, like, go cling clang and hit Kuzak and Zeldris. Says, hurry and get the holy sword. That is the holy sword? I'll come right back to help you. That was Zeldris who said that is the holy sword, by the way. Just try to keep you guys informed as I read. All right, he's running. This is Chandler. Oh, the nigga Chandler just coming down the stairs right around the corner from where Arthur at. Says, what's with all these noisemakers running around the castle first thing in the morning? And Arthur's like, what's going on here? This castle is full of absolutely gargantuan monsters. All right. Arthur. He finds the portal, I guess. I think it's a portal. I can't remember though. And he finds the sword. He says, yes, the sword is unscathed. It's a big ass explosion. Yo, don't they gore this nigga? I hope not. What's wrong with his sword though? His actual sword, not the Excalibur. I'm assuming it's called the Excalibur. You know, King Arthur Excalibur. Looked like his actual sword broke from the explosion, unless he pulled it out right before he got hit, and that's just the sheath. Yeah, they called him. Like, yeah, he on the ground. Yeah, it's just a little closer. Kath. Oh man, they did the little furball real bad. It's fuck. God damn it! Stop it, you guys. He's an acquaintance of mine. Oh, that's not Arthur saying that. That's Meliodas. Says, stop it, you guys. He's an acquaintance of mine. Arthur, this is no longer a place for a human like you to come. Get lost already. Sir Meliodas? Why? What are you doing with the demons? In that form? That magic? It can't be. I've severed my ties with the seven deadly sins. I'm no longer the man you knew. That's why. How can you do this? I'd always looked up to you. I always aspired to be just like you. You once told me this, didn't you? What's important isn't how others think of you, it's how you think of others. No matter what the circumstances may be, you betrayed those to seven deadly sins who always believed in you. And you betrayed your love, Princess Elizabeth. Yo! And Cat says, Arthur, take it. The nigga grabbed the sword, man. Y'all should have let the nigga grab the sword, son. For that, I will never. We know what happens when people get a hold of them sacred treasures, son. Power goes through the roof. How did the captain get interested in cooking? Who knew? I guess I'm pretty good at this too. And the rest is history. Okay. So he just convinced himself he was good at cooking, even though he's terrible at it. All right, but he grabbed a hold of this. Well, I'm assuming it's sacred treasure class. It may not even be that, but I'm assuming that it is since he's Arthur. You know, the whole mythos with King Arthur and Excalibur, and the fact that it seems as if he's a very important piece of the puzzle in terms of the grand scheme of Taizai. I'm assuming that this is about to put him on another level. Not another level, but the level of the sins in them. You know what I'm saying? He probably about to put in work, man. That's usually what happens when people get a hold of one of these weapons like that. He says, I will never, ever forgive you. Oh, they're not even gonna show us what he's gonna do with it. Yo, but the sword is big, son. It's like a claymore or something. Casting away his admirations under the light of justice, the young man acquires the sword of hope Arthur has awakened. To be continued in chapter 255, The Child of Hope. Starting next chapter, we'll have a color spread and special present 2 weeks in a row. Okay. Completely despaired and disappointed at Meliodas' betrayal, the kind-hearted king at last steps forward. Having pulled free the holy sword, his true power will be unleashed. Alrighty then. I figured that hearing Meliodas say those words were gonna make him, take up the sword and reform his resolve and be ready to go, ready to get at niggas, like chop niggas' heads off. Yo, this last panel's pretty dope, man. Man, this manga has just about as much text as Hunter x Hunter. I gotta disagree with that, Jabari. I don't think there's any manga fooling with Hunter x Hunter when it comes to that text, man. It ain't possible. And with what should I say now? The chapter was pretty good. Pretty good chapter. Pretty good chapter. All in Camelot. I was expecting to see more of the citizens' plight and maybe get introduced to some more key figures of Camelot. But maybe there's a reason that didn't happen and I just don't remember. My memory's terrible. So that very well could be the case. But it could just be a misstep on Nakaba's part. Because naturally you would think that those people do exist within the kingdom. But you could also assume that they've been killed by this point, considering that the demon clan has basically taken a hold of Camelot. But they could have easily just subjugated those people the same way that they did the citizens, though. So, unless they were too strong. Which then, in that case, I'd ask, well, why not showcase that? Surely that would have been interesting. But yeah, maybe those people didn't even exist, though. Maybe it was just Arthur. Maybe Arthur was just running things with the guidance of Merlin and a few of those holy knights. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe there were no top ranking officials aside from Merlin and Arthur. But that's what I expected to see. And that's what you would expect to see naturally, or at least that's what I would assume people would expect to see because it just makes sense. Within the kingdom, you have that infrastructure, and you would think that infrastructure would be on display at one point or another whilst within the kingdom. But like I said, maybe it has been, and I just don't know. Just don't remember. Not has been shown. Maybe there's a reason why it hasn't been shown. Because I think I will remember if it had been shown. I'm basically talking in circles right now. What else happened in the chapter? Nothing really happened aside from Arthur just getting the sword. I mean, we now get Chandler, Kuzak, and Meliodas, knowing about the situation over in Leonis. But other than that, and the Arthur thing, it wasn't really much. And I mean, the way that the old girl was dispatched, I don't remember her name, and I don't remember the importance of Kath. Maybe Kath really is just supposed to be something really special, and her being able to get rid of that threat so easily, maybe that does make sense. Because she did give pause to Kuzak and Zeldris for a moment. So that's passable, that's forgivable. Or maybe it's not even something that needs to be forgived because of the fact that it has precedence, and it actually does make sense given what has been showcased previously in the manga. But once again, my memory is terrible. So I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. Um, what else is it? What else is it? I don't know. Yeah, but overall, I guess the chapter was like it's like an eight, maybe 7.5, 8.5 in that range. Um, I like that little interaction between Meliodas and Arthur at the end. That was nice, and seeing Arthur finally get the sword, that's also dope. Although I wish it would have been showcased in this chapter, or at least stated what the sword could do for Arthur, or maybe reiterated. Because once again, maybe it was stated, and I just don't remember. Damn, yeah, that reread is necessary, bro. What's wrong with this nigga, man? I agree, Brandon Lee. This is one of the best manga. But how I think it's gonna end? Well, I think this manga is gonna end with like a shifting of the narrative is going to shift to Arthur in the round table, so to speak. Like me and a few of my friends have discussed this before, how we think the story is gonna have like a spinoff with Arthur and his cohorts and how they develop and how they take care of things that I guess either the Sins weren't able to accomplish or the Sins did accomplish their goal, but the Sins accomplishing their goal doesn't equal lasting peace and tranquility throughout the verse. Uh, so yeah, I can see that happening. I can see that being something that happens once the Sin story is over. We get into Arthur and the Round Table. I would enjoy that personally, and that would give like Gil Thunder, Hauser, Griamore, guys like that. That would give them more relevance once again because they were relevant early in the story, but then that didn't last very long. It was just like Bow Wow. Nigga tripped me. Almost had me looking at my schedule. I'm like, damn, am I supposed to be at work? Like, you know, something I do. Um, other than that, I mean, I don't really want to talk about what I think the chapter should have been anymore because I already have. But I guess I will. I would have liked. I would have liked to see more dialogue from Chandler. Um, like, cause I like that little banter between him and. I'm sorry about that. Between him and Kuzak, I would like to see something like that when Chandler came down the stairs. Like maybe Kuzak's like, did you let that brat go past you or something? You know, just something. But that's like a nitpick though. That's really nitpicking. And that's really it though. I ain't thinking nothing else. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm in the stream. In the stream here. I'll catch y'all boys later. You know what I'm saying? Go like the stream, but dislike it if you disliked it. Go read Taizai. It's a great series. Um, Shout out to all my niggas. Love all my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Doing that thing to the community. on a global level. Uh, we them boys, 2018. Uh, I ain't really got nothing else. Subscribe. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Greatly appreciated. Uh, be my friend. I'll be your friend too. Be your friend. Um, ah, ah, I can't think of nothing to say, man. I feel like it was something. Go, go tell your friends about me. Yeah, go tell your other friends about me. Trying to grow. Trying to grow. All right. See y'all later, man. Happy Monday.